Okay, so this right here is a seating arrangement by a math teacher, and you can tell it was a math teacher because they put all their students at points on a coordinate axis. So this is the point 0, 0, this is the point 1, 0, this is the point 1, 1, the point 1, 3. So all of those desks correspond to points, yes. I think because they were silly.
Because this math teacher is
Yes. So that's all clue number 1 is saying, is in very formal mathematical notation. They're telling you that these are all x values, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And then these are all the y values, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3.
So wait, Ms. Rice, if I get 0 for a derivative, then that's really 0 over 1 because the negative reciprocal is -1 over 0.
Mm-hmm. All right, so problem number 2, we're going to go ahead and write on our sheet. We have Abel, who is, and actually if you look at all these, they're all the names of mathematicians. Isn't that fun and nerdy? Yeah. So Abel is seated on the line, which is normal. What does the word normal mean? Okay, normal means perpendicular. To the curve, f of x is x squared minus 2x plus 4 at the point 1, 3. So we're starting off with f of x is x squared minus 2x plus 4. And if I want to find the line that is normal to that, then what should I do next? So, yep. Yeah, find the derivative of f of x. So what's the derivative of f of x?
2x minus 2.
Okay, 2x minus 2. And then what should I do? Plug in 1. So if I want to find the slope at 1, then I'm going to take the derivative, I'm going to plug in 1, and what do I get? 0. What does a slope of 0 mean? It's a straight line, it's completely horizontal or vertical? That's a horizontal line that goes through the point 1, 3. Okay, so can somebody tell me the equation of a horizontal line that goes through the point 1, 3? Y equals, it would be y equals 3. Okay, so that's the tangent line. So that means that, I'm going to go ahead and label this, the tangent line is y equals 3. So the normal line would be perpendicular to that, which would be completely vertical. And if it goes through the point 1, 3, what would that line be? X equals 1. Undefined slope, it would be x equals 1. Okay, so that means that Abel is somewhere on this line. Abel could be in any of these spots. Okay, so if you flip your page over, Abel could be in the point 1, 1, -1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and write all the spots that Abel could be in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the back is helping you organize the information so that you can figure out where Abel is. Okay. I feel like a math teacher would make something this convoluted. Yeah, so the answer on my answer sheet said Abel is on the line x equals 1. So that's like my mathematical answer for the problem. But as far as me solving the puzzle, that's what I'm doing on the back of the worksheet. Does that make sense? Okay. So you don't have to write a sentence, but x equals 1 is kind of your answer for number 2. Okay. All right, number 3. What's your best guess for how to pronounce that? There we go. Sits on the line normal to the curve. Y equals x to the 5th minus x to the 4th plus 1 at x equals 1. Now they did not give us a y coordinate. So how do we find the y coordinate for that point? We're going to plug it in. So I'm going to say y of 1. Now this notation is common. You see how I made it kind of like function notation? Very common for people to do that in calculus because you often, when you're finding a y coordinate, we often care what x value you plugged in to get that. So this way, when I write it kind of using function notation, then people are like, oh, she plugged in 1. All right, so we've got 1 minus 1 plus 1 is 1. Okay, so the point is 1, 1. All right, so now we're looking for the normal line. What do we have to do? Okay, so the derivative is... Okay, and then we plug the 1 in. So 5 times 1 to the 4th minus 4 times 1 to the 3rd is 1. And that is the slope of the tangent line. So what's the slope of the normal line? -1. So slope is -1. Okay, so we have the point, we have the slope. How do I write the equation of the line? Equals negative of x minus 1. Negative x plus 1, perfect. All right, so, yeah, you're good, you're good. So if we look, there's our answer. And if we look on the sheet, we're starting at 1, 1, and we have a slope of -1. So these are the places where that person can be. So that person can be at 1, 1, 2, 0, 0, 2, and -1, 3. We don't use all the boxes because there was only 4 places where they could be. So they kind of give you some hints as you're working on this because some of the boxes are like not filled in and then you know like, oh, I should have had 4 options, but I only had 2, so I probably got the answer wrong. Does that make sense? No, there were 4. Okay. Did you guys see how I did that without simplifying that equation? So instead of starting at 0, 0 like we normally do with slope-intercept form, I just started at the 1, 1 and then did the slope from there. So that's a good way you can kind of think about graphing these without simplifying. Of course, you could have put it in y equals mx plus b to see where you were, okay? We're going to jump down to number 7 real quick. I wanted to draw your attention to number 7 because we don't have a rule for this one. We don't have a shortcut for this one yet. So if you don't have a shortcut to find the derivative, what should you do? Do the limit definition of the derivative. The long information stuff. So we're going to do limit for number 7. As you get further and further throughout the assignment, the questions get more and more like funky as you're doing it. So the purpose of this assignment is to practice finding tangent and normal lines. This assignment has much more difficult problems than you will see on the AP exam because it's really going to like try to make you think, and it's a puzzle. So if we get to the point where the puzzle is no longer entertaining, where the puzzle is just annoying, let me know and we can stop, okay? Because the purpose of the assignment is just to practice tangent and normal lines. Make sense? Okay, so work on it. I think some of you guys are really going to like it, and I think some of you guys are going to want to beat me over the head with a stick. And hopefully we have mostly the first people. No, you guys can do that. I was just giving you it. Limit definition of a derivative for number 7 because we don't know how to do it shortcut yet. All right, ready, break.